Hey, this is OXDF, and today we're looking at Advent of Code 2022, Day 3, Rucksack Reorganization. So I've given this a quick read, and basically each elf is going to have a backpack that has a bunch of stuff in it, and this will be represented by all the letters on a line. And it turns out that the rucksacks have two compartments, so the first half of the compartment, literally they're equal size, so you can divide this line in half. I think it's through there, and this is the stuff in the first half, and this is the stuff in the second half. And they're supposed to be, you're not supposed to have any repeats. The things that are in the first half should not be in the second half, and the other way around. So I can have I can have like multiple lowercase r's in the first half here. That's fine, but I should not then have a lowercase r in the second half. But there's one item in each backpack that's out of place, so I need to find that item, and then I have to score it based on. So lowercase a to z is 1 to 26, uppercase a to z is 27 to 52, and then I just need to get a score and sum them up. So let's jump over to here. We will do Genday 3. Went over the script in details in the first video, but we will look at it here. It just pulls my input for me with all these lines, and it creates a little stub for me to start working on. I really should put these quote marks in here in the script. All right, so what can we do here? We got the lines. Oh, what did I just do? We got these lines, and we're gonna loop through them. So I'm gonna show this probably both ways, like I like to do. But we can start with a for elf in lines. Now for each elf, what do we need to do? Well, we need to divide the line in half. So we can do start fin, or like, I guess we'll call it like front back equals elf up to here. So we'll call this len of elf over 2, comma elf len elf over 2, like that. And so that will be, in fact, that's the opposite. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Because the order at this point doesn't matter, but let's switch them so I get the right, so my code makes some sense. So this is the first half, and this is the back half. And now we can say for C in front, I guess we'll call it like item, since that's what we're working with here. In front, we can say if item in back, say like result equals 0. We can say result equals score of item. And we don't have a score function yet. And in fact, what I then really want to do, because I'm now done with that backpack presumably, so I can now actually return. So let's actually make this a function. Seems like it'll be a good place to break this off. So we can say func def my score rucksack with elf, and now we take that and say like that, and now we will return the result. We can actually just, if we want to return item here, we can do that. So now we can say for elf in lines, score rucksack elf, print that. So like we can see that we're at least working here. Python. Oh, I somehow got a new terminal window. That's what's going on here. Okay, so we can go Python day 3 input.text, and let's see, we failed here. Unsupported IPs for divide string and int. Playing. Oh, because you don't divide the elf by 2, you divide the length of the elf by 2. So here we're getting back characters. I mean, I guess I don't know if they're right or not, but we'll go with it for now. So the next thing we can do down here is we can do def score item. And so we're going to basically say item's going to be a letter. And so we want to say if item, actually let's say like a less than or equal to item, less than or equal to z. Then we're going to say return ord item. So that's going to take item and convert it to an integer. So like a is hex 61. I don't know what that is but it's it's an integer. And we'll subtract ord of a, get it back, and actually we need to then add 1. Hopefully that makes some sense. Because if it's a, we want a minus a, that to actually be 1. So that'll give us that there. Now we can say, otherwise we're going to return ord item minus ord a. We're assuming here that it's going to, if it's not in here, it's going to be all uppercase. And it's the same thing, plus 1. And so now we can return score of item. Actually, let's make this, we'll call this find item. Find item. So for that, we're going to say, for a line in elf, we can say item equals that. Result score results plus equals score item. Now the result down here is score, and we'll run that. Oops, it's the result down here is results. Too early in the morning here. 4185. And that is not right. Let's see. This is where you get to watch me troubleshoot. So let's grab the example data. We can come over here and file x.text, paste that in, save. So we'll run that and we get 105. Let's see what we're supposed to get. We're supposed to get 157. Let's see if we can do this along the way. Print item, comma, score item. What? So P16, that worked. L12, that did not work. Oh, because I'm supposed to be, A is 27, not 1. And that's what, so we're going to come here and do 27. But that's our whole problem. 157, 157. Cool. So we can get rid of this. And try 8085. Cool, part 2. Okay, so basically this time I'm going to grab lines 3 at a time, and I just need to find the one character that's common across the 3 lines and then score it the same way. So let's jump back. This is actually really nice that we used our functions like this, because now we can do something different here. We can say while, say, I guess there's probably a really nice way to group lines by 3, but I'm just going to say while I equals 0, while I is less than lang lines. We're going to make sure we remember by I plus equals 3. And so here we're going to say for C in lines sub I, if C in lines sub I plus 1 and C in lines I plus 2. I guess we're going to do part 2 equals 0. And here we can say part 2 plus equals score C. And then we can do a break. And this should just be part 2. We'll see if we solve that quickly. 2515. Sweet. Okay, so what we got here is basically we're gonna take I and we're gonna loop through our lines, basically 3 at a time. We're gonna take each character in line sub I and we're going to check if it's in line sub I plus 1 and line sub I plus 2. We're going to add to our score. We're going to break out of this for loop, and we're going to increment I by 3 and keep going. And we're able to use our score function really quickly here because we made a function or in the first part. We could have made a function for this part as well. All of this could be done with list comprehension. Let's see. So for example, I'm going to get rid of, let's see, first of all, this is bugging me, just I should have made this way in the first place. Part one. That looks better, but really what we could do here is we can comment this out, and we can just say part 1 equals, and now we can do elf for elf in lines, and we can say find item on elf, and then we can say score on that, and then we can actually make this a sum, and that will work just as well. Might even be faster. That looks a little bit nicer. Part 2, to-do list comprehensions, I would have to go look up how do I group over things 3 at a time? And there's got to be a way to do it. I don't know. You all can tell me if this is boring or not, but let's try. Let's see. Let's go back here. If we go to it's in the iter tools, right? Iter tools. Let's see. In here. Ooh, sorry if this is very light mode. I don't see a good way to change that. So sorry for anyone who doesn't like light mode. Let's see. Group by maybe? Group by do it or slice? Slice, no, that's not it. Sorry. Take a while. Not combinations. Maybe it's not an iter tools. It might be a collections as well. Maybe it's group by. Let's check group. No, group by is gonna be Python split list into groups of n. See, that'll work. Way to split. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. This is interesting. Zip iter the list group size. Huh, I wonder how that works. That's interesting for sure. I'll play with that in a second. Yeah, nothing great here. People writing their own groupers. Okay. Oh, here, group by. K equals. Let's try. So let's see. Group by range 3. I like the other one better. Let's play with that. So we will do that. We'll see if we can figure out why this works too. So we'll come down here and we'll say the list is going to be lines. Group size is going to be 3. So if we we'll say for team in that. And now let's see. We do we'll do this as a list comprehension. So this now we have team for team. So now each time we're gonna have the team there. Now how do we find out what the that's gonna be a mess as a list comprehension, isn't it? We could do like a function like we did before, right? So we could do let's try it differently. We'll say for team in there. For each team, we can now say for C in, or I guess we'll do item in. Oh, it's actually a badge. It'll be in team of 0. We can actually do this. Badge for badge in team 0 if badge in team 1 and badge in team 2. we are going to make this list comprehension. It's going to be an ugly one, right? So we're going to do this right here. And then we can do score on that. We can do sum. I will explain this, I promise. I just want to see if I can get it working on that. And then this will be part 2 equals. Let's see if this works. 25, 15. Whoa, no, it does not. Team 2. Where did I get to? Oh, let's. Not supported between a string and a list. Oh, I didn't want to pass a list, that's for sure. Oh, because I'm doing all this, and I really need to do that. Again, I'll explain all this. Okay, it worked. Sweet. What happens if I run black on A3? Yep, install black. That makes it slightly better read. Okay, so let's talk about what we just did here. We have this list right here, and it's actually, so the list is going to be some long thing, ignore this for now, for team in zip iter blah blah blah. So this zip iter right here is going to take lines and it's going to turn it into a list of groups of 3. And so each team is going to be a group of 3. And then for each of those teams, we're going to have this long thing, which is really just, we're going to take badge for badge in team 0. So we're going to take, we have the team is a loop of 3, so we're going to take the first one and we're going to loop over all the items in it. But it's just going to be the badge, but only if it's in team 1 and it's in team 2. And we're making an assumption here that badge, that this list right here is going to be 1 item long. It has to be. That's what the rules said. And so we're just going to take the first item here because that's our item, and then we're going to score it. And so this right here is going to be a list of integers, and then we're just going to sum those up, and that's going to be part 2. So I guess we can comment this out. And there. Yeah, I'm going to call that one here. Some fun playing around with things we can do in Python. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.